Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to Elder Scrolls Online. A little help video for the new players, especially for my guildies. I'm just playing a little tune. So the guildies required help with crafting, transmutation, research and all that jazz. The only thing I can suggest you can do, guys, when you first start out is research as much as possible, destroy as much as possible. Most people would say, let's have a look at my inventory. I've got just been in a dungeon, I've got quite a lot of stuff. People will tell you to deconstruct absolutely everything, but what I do is I deconstruct anything from green and above and I sell the white stuff. That will give you a good balance between collecting items for crafting and gold. So where do we do this? Well, we're in Oridon, as we normally are, and you'll see in the middle here we've got crafting station, we've got blacksmith, clothing there, and up here we've got a woodworking station. This video is going to be about armour and weapons, guys. There is other crafting, there's provisioning, alchemy and enchanting. We'll cover that in a different video. This one is for armour and weapons, okay? You never know what you want to do when you get a bigger character, whether you want to be a crafter or not. So what I would suggest you all is start as soon as you can. My little character has just turned level 13. So I'm pretending to be a baby character, okay? This is the blacksmithing station, as you can see here. Now then, you'll get a little information all about it. Press E to refine, press X to clear your selection, etc. That's when you first hit a blacksmithing station. Now if you've been in a dungeon or you've been out questing or whatever, what have you, you will end up with quite a lot of stuff in your backpack. Now the first thing that you want to do is click on this one up here. There's an arrow pointing it right now. It says research. Okay, it'll give you a little indication of what to do. Well, let's just talk about researching for a second. I hope I've got something to research. You can press this big arrow here to go through your weapons. Ah, there's one. It says one item is available for research, and it's telling you down in this list that it's precise. You see how many different things there are. There's powered, charge, precise, infused, defending, training, sharpened, decisive, and what's that? Nernhand. So it's telling you we can get precise off this one. So you make sure you're hovering over it and press R. You might get one or two items in here that you can get this precise off, but we've only got the one. So we're going to research it by clicking on there and pressing E. Now as you can see here, it's going to take 5 hours, 23 minutes and 54 seconds. And that is to research a weapon. Now in the blacksmith you've got weapons and armour. Now if we went across here, we don't have anything. But if we did, we cannot research 2 items at the same time. Because we are already researching one item here, we can't research any armour. So we know that's going to take a little while. So the next thing I would advise you to do, guys, is to go into deconstruct. Okay? Again, it's going to give you a little bit of a breakdown. Again, I would sell the white items because you're going to get a bit of gold, especially these ones that say ornate. Okay? You see the difference. They're both level 10, but the iron axe is only worth 16, but the ornate one is worth a lot more. Don't deconstruct these ones that say ornate, guys, because you get a lot more money. Well, let's have a look at the apparel. Aha! We've got some green ones. Excuse me. Now I'm going to deconstruct these, and we're going to click on E to add, and as you can see they've appeared down here. Okay? And now you press R to deconstruct. We got a honing stone and an iron ingot. Okay? Now what I would do, guys, until you get to level 50 and you know what you want to do, Just bear with me, I'm going to have a coughing fit, hang on. So sorry about that. Okay, where was I? Yeah. Before you get to level 50, just keep deconstructing the items. That will give you lots and lots of stuff. Now, again, if you are an ESO member, you can have the craft bag. And it will hold all your stuff that you get from deconstructing. If you're not, then your guild bank is going to get full up pretty quickly. Okay? I wouldn't bother crafting anything to increase your levels in blacksmithing. I wouldn't bother at all. I would just keep on deconstructing anything you can find until you're level 50 and you are deciding what to do with your character. Research anything possible and keep on deconstructing. So again, we're going to sell the white items because it might be a little bit of money and it gives you like an even between deconstruction and making a little bit of money. So this is the clothing station. Now again, it will give you a little bit of a breakdown. Do we have anything to research? Let's have a look. We have one item, it's showing here. And it's telling us it's invigorating. Now even if you don't want to be a crafter, guys, it is very, very important that you research everything on every type of clothing. And that will become apparent when I tell you a little bit later in the video why. Okay, it's very important that you research all of these on every bit of clothing. Now in the clothing bench it will do cloth armour, but there's lots of stuff we can research here but we can't, and it will do the medium armour, like the leather armour. If we try to research these, it's well fitted, look, we can't because we're already researching something. So what I would normally do in that respect is I'll go straight in and I shall deconstruct these. Quartz, bone and jute. What we're looking for is things like hemming. Now these will improve whatever you craft, okay? These are just your raw basic materials. This I just got out of a dungeon now. Let's see what this is going to give us. An emerald and jute. Okay, not a lot out of that one then. And our last station for Oridon City is up here, and it's our woodworking station. Now woodworking stations will deal with staffs or staves and also shields. So can we research anything? Do we have anything? This is the question. Aha, we have a staff, and this one is charged, so we're going to research that. Uh-oh, I can't. I'm going to keep that and pop it in the bank because it's a restoration staff, and restoration staffs are pretty rare, so I'm going to keep that in the guild bank for somebody. Well, let's have a look. Do we have any shields? We don't. Again, deconstruct. My only choice is the maple restoration staff of frost. But that's just a little breakdown on what you can do with all the stuff you're going to find. By all means sell it, guys, I'm not saying don't, but it will become apparent later on when you see these things. Transmutation geodes. Now you're probably thinking, what the blooming heck is that? And why is my backpack full of them? Well, what you need to do to get them out of your backpack is to press E to use.
Do you know how long I've been looking
and it changes into a transmute crystal. Okay, and this is kind of like a currency, but you don't buy anything out of the crown store with this currency. You have to go to a special place, and I shall show you that on a different character. So I'll be right back. Okay, this little lady is the first character in ESO I ever made. She's probably about 2 years old now. She's not very big, but I made the mistake of crafting with her from day one, and her crafting skills are not bad, But instead of deconstructing everything and waiting, I used all the stuff I deconstructed to craft more. So I made a bit of a boo-boo with her, but that's fine. So we're talking about the old transmutation crystals. Now there is only one place you can use them, and that is Clockwork City. Now as we know, Clockwork City is a DLC. And most of you might think, well, I'm not going to pay for a DLC, so I'll never use this. But there's times in Elder Scrolls where they'll give you free access to a DLC for the weekend, or for a week. Or if you buy Elder Scrolls membership, you have access to all the DLCs. And it is really, really good. If that happens, you can get access to the Clockwork City. Okay, well, we're gonna go there. Ooh, come on, get out there. And I'll show you what this transmutation is all about. Plus, guys, you never know. Things might change. And this DLC might come part of the game itself, just like Morrowind did. Morrowind wasn't a DLC, it was a chapter. But then they incorporated it into the game. This might happen with Clockwork City. You don't know what's going to happen in the future with the game. They might do that, and again, like I said, if you're an ESO member, you have access to the Clockwork City DLC for a start off. So we are going to make our way up this road into the city itself, and I shall show you when we get there. Okay, we've arrived inside the Brass Fortress, which is the main city of the Clockwork City DLC. And we're outside this very posh building here, and you can see a flag right there with it's a blue flag with 3 half moons on it. I'll show you on the map right here. And it's the Hall of the Refined Techniques Central Nexus. And it says underneath there, Transmutation. Now, so far, guys, this is the only place in the game you can find this transmutation. But as I said, you never know when access is going to be granted elsewhere for you. And this is your fancy Dan transmute machine. Now, what the heck does this do? So let's have a look at some of my gear. If you see on the left here, the Defiler's Belt. Got a maximum stamina enchantment, and underneath there it says sturdy. Reduces the cost of block by 3.5. Now you remember when we were in that blacksmith station doing our research, sturdy was one of the things that we researched. But I might not want sturdy on that belt. I might love the belt, I might think it's absolutely brilliant, but I might not want sturdy on it. And this is where we use our transmute crystals. Okay? Transmutation. You can use this to change the trait on an item, assuming you have transmute crystals you need and have researched the trait you desire for that item. So this is why I ask you to research everything possible, guys. Because one day you are going to get an item of equipment that you really, really love, but it's got the wrong trait on it, and you want to change that trait. This is how you can do it, okay? Look at that. It looks awesome. She's actually wearing the belt, so we're going to look at that. I'm going to take it off, I think. I've never actually done this before, I'm quite nervous. There we go. Try again. So I'm learning with you. Defiler's Belt. Oh my goodness. Pop it in there. Whew. And we haven't researched impenetrable, reinforced, well-fitted, or trading, or invigorating, or anything. But we have researched infused for the belt slot. And as you can see, if I move the cursor on the left-hand side, it's still saying sturdy. Reduces the cost of block by 3.5. If I want to change it to that, it's going to increase the armour enchantment effect by 17%. So that means, look, again, adds 248 maximum stamina. If I change it to infused, it's gone to 290 maximum stamina. And if you look underneath, it's going to cost 50 transmute crystals. I ain't got 50 yet. I don't think I have anyway. But that is why those transmute crystals are very, very important. I thought, as well as you're probably thinking, when you get 1 or 2 out of a dungeon or Sky Anchor or anyway, you think, oh brilliant, I've got a couple. But to actually transmute something is going to cost you about 50 for a purple item. I don't know what it's going to do for a blue item. Let's clear selections. Let's try this one. We have impenetrable on it. I can change it to divines. Again, 50. And that's a blue item. What about a green item? Let's clear selections. Add that one. It doesn't have anything on it. It doesn't have a trait. So we could, if we wanted to, add infused. Again, 50. So I would collect as much of these as you possibly can. Don't destroy them. Don't get rid of them. Keep doing your dungeons. Keep doing whatever to collect these. And take them out of your inventory by pressing E to use. Collect them up. Collect them up. When you hit level 50, guys, and you've got an absolutely cracking piece of armour or weapon, you can bring it here and you can change its trait. I hope that makes sense. I really hope it does. I am now going to take my character back to the crafting stations because this is my crafter, and I'll go a little bit further through crafting with you. So I'll see you back at the crafting stations. Okie dokie, we're back at the crafting stations. Now remember at the top of the video we had our little level 13 tank. She doesn't have very good armour at the moment, so I thought it'd be rather nice, while I showed you guys how to do a bit of crafting, is to try and make at least one piece of armour. Hopefully we can get that done. So if we click on the blacksmithing station, you see the first one is called Refine. Now I know to make let's say a chest piece, we're going to need iron bars. How do we get iron bars? Well, as you travel around the world, you will see nodes, and you can get the jute, you can get cotton, you can axe up wood, or you can pickaxe up the ores. Now, it doesn't matter whereabouts in the world you are, because the nodes will level with you. Okay? So you can go to a map anywhere you like, at level 10, it'll all be iron ore. When you level up, the ore will change from iron to something different. The same with the jute and the cotton for the clothing, things like that. They will level up with you. So we need to change this iron ore into iron bars. So we press E to add it here, and then we press R to refine. And we got 8 iron ingots. Now we've got all sorts of stuff in here that's in my backpack. All sorts of stuff. Ashes of remorse. Wow. Goodness me. Anyway, stop looking at that. We need to now go into creation, which is the next tab along. Now again, you can make weapons, and if you use this to scroll across, you can get choices between swords, daggers, mauls, maces, axes, whatever you fancy. We are going to try and make a chest piece. Excuse me. Now you can see here under the iron ingot it says 24 and level 1. To make a level 1 piece of equipment, it's telling you it's going to take 7 iron ingots. So what we're going to do, because we know she's level 13, is we're going to keep clicking on the plus. As you can see, it's changing from level 4, it's 8, 6, 10, 11. Oh, level 14. No, she's not quite level 14. So to make a level 12 chest piece out of iron is going to cost us 12 iron ingots. Okay? So once you've chosen that, the next step is to choose the style. Now this is where all that weird stuff you've been picking up comes into play. You've got this, star metal, manganese, corundum, flint. Now our character is a Khajiit. So Khajiits, you use moonstone. If we click one left, we see wood elves use bone. So we're going to use one of these. I'm sorry guys, I'm really struggling today. And this is where your traits come in as well, the things you have researched. Okay, so this is impenetrable, requires 1 diamond, or infused, requires a bloodstone. Now remember, infused increases armor enchantment effect by 8%, whereas this one increases critical resistance by 93. I am going to choose this one for her. We need to get more research done. We definitely do. So we are now going to craft this by pressing R. Doo-doo! And if we look in our inventory, we can see at the very top here now, we have an iron cuirass, level 12, and it says underneath, created by Fade. Isn't that awesome? But that's not all we can do. That is not all we can do, guys. And this is why, another reason, why we deconstruct things. Because now, we want to go to improvement. The improvement tab. If we click on that, go to apparel, here is our iron cuirass that we just made. We're going to add it. So it's now down here in the left. And this is where we're going to start using things like honing stones. And these we get from deconstruction of items. Now we've got if we only use one, we've got a chance of 20% of turning this from a white item to a green one. The more you put in, the more better chance you get. So if you want a full chance of 100%, it's going to cost you 5. So we're going to do that now. You click R to improve, accept, and now when we come out of there and look in here, where is it? It's now turned to a green item. Okay? But we want it a little bit better than that. I wouldn't normally do this on such a low leveled piece of equipment. I'm going to see if we can do it just for the purpose of this video. Improve it again from green to blue. And this time we have to use dwarven oil. Okay? So I don't want to lose anything here, so I'm going to go for the straight 100%. Press R to improve. Wow. I can't believe I'm doing this. It's the good news for the purpose of the video. So now our little level 12 cuirass is blue item. Now what happens if you want to get it to purple? Well, I'm not going to do it guys because it's just a waste on such a low piece. But well, let's see what it takes. We need this stuff which is grain solvent. And as you can see here, it's going to increase the quality from superior to epic. Oh my goodness. Now, perhaps if I'd researched training and put that onto the cuirass, I might have done it. Because training research will give you extra XP. And this is where you can make your own set pieces. So you can have a full set of armour with the research training on it. You're going to get lots more XP. Oh, I'm not going to do it on this guys because it's far too low piece of equipment to waste all that lovely grain solvent. I'm going to keep it at blue. Now there's another very interesting thing you can do with crafting, and as you travel around the world you're going to come across special crafting stations. Now this is the one in Oriden, right up in the top corner. I'll just scroll out so you can see. This is one of them. I'm not going to tell you where the rest are. That's up to you to find them. Right up here in the top corner. This is what it looks like. It's this little stone circle with special crafting stations. Here's a clothing one. Ah, you see? They work just the same. But if we were to make something, let's have a look. Can we make anything? This is the question. I don't have any rawhide and stuff on my refinery. I don't have any... hang on. Let's refine those. Let's have a look. We're going to make a level 1 piece of chest. Now you can see already it says Jack of Ashen Grip, 2 traits. And as you look on the left, the middle of the screen now, you can see that we're going to actually make a set piece. So if you gather enough materials and come here or to one of these special places, you can actually make yourself a complete set of armour that is a set piece. There you go, it is on the right hand side there. So if we made 2 items, we'd get 98 maximum health. If we had 3 items, 10% weapon damage. 4 items, 67 weapon critical. These special stations are absolutely brilliant, guys, because you can actually make your own set pieces. If you come here with the trait of training on, you can make yourself all your armour and your weapons, all with training and a set piece. And this is what these stations are all about. Oops, wrong button. So again, special places like this. I do believe there could be one here and there might be one there. But if you're really going to get into crafting, guys, that is an absolutely brilliant way of doing things. Come and find one of these special places. There's your woodworking station of Ashen Grip. And I think that's blacksmithing station, Ashen Grip. This is where you make your set pieces. Now before we finish this video, we've got one more thing to do. So I'm going to see you on my little level 13 character with her brand new piece of armour. Okay guys, we're back with our little baby tank, level 13, and we're going to get her equipped out with her new piece, which is right here, again created by Faith. So we're going to equip it. Yay! Right there. Now then, what we can do now is right click on it and use enchant. We have this nice inferior glyph of health. Now if you're confused about glyphs, it will tell you at the bottom right there, minimum level 5. So we have to be at least level 5 to be able to use this glyph. But it's a nice little enchantment because it's going to give us 559 and maximum health. So we're going to click on that and we're going to click E to enchant. And now our beautiful homemade chest piece has a maximum health enchantment. It's impenetrable and it was created by myself. So I hope this video has been useful. As I say, we have gone through weapon and armour crafting today, how to craft your set pieces, and all about the transmutation crystals. In our next video we'll look at alchemy, enchanting and provisioning, which is a total different kettle of fish. It's just a basic little video, guys, a little overview. There's lots more to crafting, there's lots more to enchanting and everything like that. I hope it's been helpful for the beginner character and the beginner player. So thanks ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen today, please drop me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for future content. But for now, guys, have a fantastic day. Take care and we'll see you soon.